Oh God, am I live? What is happening? What's up, everybody? I have no idea if I am live. I have no idea what's happening. My friend was gonna help me today, and he got stuck in a different work meeting. Unable to connect. It says I'm streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. What's up, everybody? If you can see this, I'm gonna need now more than ever for you to let me know, because wave at me. I can see two of myself. I can't. It's really weird, but wave at me if you use OBS to stream. You see, like, is it okay if I'm not perfect? I never claimed to be, but I just want to throw it out there. I have been streaming live. I know you guys have seen them, like natively in Facebook. And I've done this thing where I use Restream, and I stream to multiple channels at once. Oh, it says I'm live on LinkedIn too. All right, I have no idea where the comments are. So this is a test, but I'll talk if I know people. Like, I actually had something to talk about. But I don't know if you know, I'm sure you have noticed that my streams keep like delaying. And that's ultimately because I was taking what ultimately is the shortcut and streaming through the Restream platform instead of this OBS studio thing. The chat is waiting for new messages. So I'm coming back to, well, I've got some really exciting announcements. So let's get those out of the way. As you know, I'm writing Say Yes and Figure It Out. And I'm going to come back like I did for Be a Better Sales Leader and do expert interviews. And this time it's going to look a little different, like who's an expert with saying yes and taking massive imperfect action. Those are the people I want to talk to. But I also thought, like, what if I could create a story log of people who, so I have a 4-step system in order to take massive action. And I thought, how cool would it be if I started gathering stories from every single one of the steps, like somewhere where deciding a thing is all the momentum they ultimately needed to carry through and kill it, crush it, right? Or how once they decided to do a thing, taking a step toward the thing, taking some super janky, imperfect step, why that is the thing that actually created a bunch of momentum and pushed them over the edge. Or when they leaned in, this is maybe my favorite step, where you lean in to ask for help, or you lean into your community to share something, or you lean into your team, or you lean into somebody or something, then what are some stories there that had a massive impact? And then the 4th step is to celebrate the heck out of everything. And I had one of these moments today where, like, you're just too close to all of the things you're doing on a day-to-day basis, and I literally had like the biggest, silliest win, and I said to her, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna celebrate the heck out of this because this win, and I said to her, it's working, because this is like a mega win. Oh my gosh. All right, cool. So where else? It's streaming on LinkedIn. Sorry guys, but like, for lack of comments, I get it. It's 7 o'clock Pacific, which means it's 10 p.m. Eastern. You've got better things to do. I'm not even wearing any makeup, but you know what? I'm going to get to my point in just a second. And that is why, oh yeah, I'm streaming. That's amazing. And not only do I want to know if I'm streaming, but I want to make sure that the video is more stable now, because I got a notification saying it couldn't stream somewhere. Like, I have no idea. Okay, cool. So here's the thing. Wave at me if you're still with me. Here's the thing. We just don't have to be perfect. Run the play. Why iterating using a janky offer is how what the heck, is how practice makes perfect. Like, whew, you guys remember webinars back in the day if you worked in corporate? And like also as entrepreneurs, people had VSLs and webinars forever and ever and ever. It's basically the same thing as a masterclass. And I have tried telling my corporate clients this. Hopefully they will start to listen. Like, call it whatever you want. We, business owners, entrepreneurs, companies, sales departments, marketing departments, whoever, we owe it to our customers to put out more free content. Someone say free content in the chat. I was coaching entrepreneurs in my community today. Is today still Tuesday? Today is Tuesday. And we were talking about how when you're doing cold outreach, because like one thing I love to do in my community is teach others how to cold sell in the DMs. And there's a couple various strategies that I coach on and teach others on about how to do that. And part of it is, what's up, Tracy? Part of it is having a connection point, or like having, it's like, I call it building a bridge, and then it's like making the ask. And the ask should be something specific to them. It's like all about them. It is not about us. And listen, the best of the best salespeople, like, we forget this, or we never learned it, or whatever. I mean, I learned it, but like, we forget it. And it's like, it's not about me, it's about them, right? And so your deck should be about them, your meeting should be about them, your questions should be about them. Like, that might be obvious. One of the people in my group was like, I outlined the whole thing. They were like, oh, you should do a masterclass on how to prepare for a meeting. So let me know if that would be helpful for you, and I will put that together. But the point is, when you, as an entrepreneur or business owner or a salesperson or whomever, have a passion project within your role, like a newsletter, like a podcast, like a live series, like a whatever, it's an obvious ask. Someone say obvious ask in the chat. Because now all of a sudden you can say, are you open to being a guest on my podcast? Because guess what? One thing I spend not enough time doing is looking for podcasts in which I can be a guest on. So if you're watching this video, whether live or the replay, let me know below if I can be a guest on your show. And yeah, like, if you had your own show, like I do, right? Who wants to be a guest on my show? Let me know that too, okay? That's why I am testing this software this way. I am so confused as to why I can see myself twice, and I can't, I can't see any comments, which means there probably aren't any. And I just needed to go, I need to do this, and I need to do it a few times to learn the software, and then I can invite this really amazing, I went to a keynote in Illinois, the Illinois Staffing Association Search, the ISSA, the Illinois Search and Staffing Association, and our keynote was next level amazing. And no, it wasn't me. It was somebody named Andre Young, and he is going to be a guest on my show. And I just started having mega imposter syndrome about going live with him and my camera consistently freezing, because that's what it's been doing. I went live with Eileen Wilder and my camera was freezing. And I didn't know how to fix it because I was streaming in the app and I wasn't using OBS. And so I'm going to have to go back and rewatch these videos on all the platforms to know if I'm freezing or not. And the problem is I talk with my hands a lot, and that is ultimately what was causing a lot of the freezing. And so the last couple lives, I'm like, like Bala, who saw the live with Bala last week? I was so excited for him. He ran the play, Janky, Imperfect, which was perfect. He was absolutely perfect. He's going to come to my masterclass tomorrow and share his experience. So if you want the invite, it's $1,000,000offerchallenge.com. And yeah, he was amazing. But the whole time, he didn't say, and I don't know what I would have done about it anyway, but I was freezing. So I can't go out there and put out good content when every other word I'm freezing or they're freezing. So I'm hoping that this fixes it. And Brian Benson, if you're seeing this, now I could use a call with you because I'm like 9/10 further than I was before. But again, I don't really know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at two of me. That is very confusing. And obviously I know I'm live, but I don't know if I'm live. And am I cutting off at my eyebrows? Because that's what it looks like over here. All right. But the point is, how janky is this? Someone say janky in the chat. Like, this is super. Let me see if I write janky. Okay, it goes to YouTube. Cool. But like, this is super janky. Like, Kristen, you know what I think people want? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. People just want to listen to shows in which you show up and talk. I've got like a ninja move for somebody if they really want. I gave it to G and he says yes, but then he didn't do anything with it. And a million people could do it and it would still be amazing. So if you want the strategy, let me know. We see you live, Bala. Your ears must have been ringing because I was just talking about you. Comment if you can, please, instead of messaging me, so I can tell if there's a comment, unless you have been commenting and you messaged me, because I'm not seeing the comments, you see. But DM me if you want to know the ninja strategy that I think and Eileen Wilder thinks and Russell Brunson thinks is like the next best thing to come from these lives. It's like, did you commented? I can't see them. Did you know that people sit around and just listen to people talk? I mean, like, I know that because G does that all the time. He is always listening to these guys on a podcast, right? Or whatever. And so it's okay if that becomes a live video, like it is, like I'm giving you permission. And then in the live video, you go live on YouTube using the software or using, I don't know what, like your phone, Restream. I'm still trying to figure this out. But you go live and you make it less of a teachy-preachy. Someone take teachy-preachy. You make it less teachy-preachy and more just like, hey, let's have a conversation. Someone was telling us at a mastermind that, I forget who, honestly, somebody's husband was into music or a musician, and she was having these aha moments as we were learning these strategies, because she's like, oh my gosh, my husband sits around and like watches this talk show on YouTube, which is like a bunch of guys sitting around who are like the guys behind the music or something. And they sit around and just like, and they're like super famous in the circles they're in because they are basically contributing to tons and tons of awesome music, but nobody knows them because we only know like the band or the singer or whatever. And so they have a whole, I don't know what you call it, like a talk show live where they just do the thing. Okay, actually I had an idea. Bala, if you're still watching, or Tracy or Jared, what's up? Comment on my YouTube, please. Like, do me a favor, and then comment on my LinkedIn. Like, I know it's a big ask, but apparently I know I'm streaming on all three platforms, and I don't know why I can't see the comments here. And then I guess message me that you've done it. Just be like, hey, what's up? So yeah, that is the strategy. I basically just gave it to you, but DM me if you want to dig into that. And tomorrow, like I said, I don't know where this is going to go. I guess it's going to go on YouTube. Let's try it. Tomorrow we're running the play, which is which is unlocking the secrets to selling from any stage, i.e. this is a stage, right? Without perfect delivery. So like you have permission to show up as your imperfect self and just like rock it. Like I was helping a client today get their offer, their high ticket offer off the ground. I cannot wait for them. They're running a masterclass June 26th. What's up, Lance? They're running a masterclass June 26th, and I cannot wait to drive traffic to it because it's going to be next level. This is with somebody who changed my life in one 30-minute phone conversation. Like literally changed my life. And I have the privilege of co-hosting their event. And so today we were prepping on their event and I lost my train of thought. And we were talking about how tomorrow I'm running the play. Basically, I'm running another masterclass and I invited them to attend. I think one of them will attend. And I'm like, listen, you're going to hear me say, like, oh my gosh, is it okay that I'm human? Because I don't know if you've attended one of my master classes, but like I have just done some silly, ridiculous things. Not always because I'm moving too fast. Like there is a problem if all of this massive imperfect action, if it's like you're moving too fast and you're causing all these errors. But there's another thing if you're like, I don't know how to test this platform other than just like going live. Okay. Bala, I see your YouTube chat. That's amazing. Can you see my eyes or is like my head cut off? This is so bizarre. I'm going to take a picture of what I see and be like, this is what. This is what I'm dealing with over here. All right. So I invite you to $1,000,000offerchallenge.com. I invite you to the $1 Million Offer Challenge tomorrow. And apparently I can't copy and paste a link here. But it is simply $1,000,000offerchallenge.com. And it's Wednesday, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. And we're just going to like run through it. I'm going to teach the strategy of how, no matter where you are in your business, how to 10x your impact, i.e. serving others. How to 10x your influence, i.e. reaching more people, and how to, my eyes are being cut off. Like, I don't know how to do 10x your income, okay? 10x your impact, your influence, and your income. I don't know how to fix it. Well, thanks for humoring me, you guys. Like, I guess that, I don't like that angle. Like, I guess that's better. I mean, this is it, guys. This is as good as it gets at 10 p.m. at night on a Tuesday. If you've got questions, let me know. Apparently the best way to do that is to comment on my YouTube video because I can see Bala's support, or send me a Facebook message. And I'm going to hang out for a minute because maybe, oh, see, now like probably one of my kids is going to come in any minute. I think I just changed it. Nope. Okay. Probably one of my children are going to, Mommy! Okay. I would love to like, I have no idea. How do I invite a guest now? I mean, it's in Restream, so I guess I do it all in Restream and then come to this platform. But, all right. The point is, you have permission to do it janky. You have permission to do it imperfect. You have permission to work faster, to stop overthinking everything. Like last year, I did a ton of talks on imposter syndrome because it really is. One of my clients today, she was talking about how she helps people with imposter syndromes. And I just don't think enough people can talk about imposter syndrome enough because we all have it. And what I deduced from all of my research is that the definition of imposter syndrome is when it stops you in your tracks, the thing that you want to do stops you in your tracks and makes you feel like a fraud. And so this could make me have imposter syndrome and like not want to do it, or do it and then cancel it, or do it today and then never come back, right? It's like, ooh. But like the only way we can actually get better at anything is to just do it and then do it again, and then try it again, and then try it again, and try it again, try it again, try it again. And you just have to keep trying and iterating and asking for help. So you can go to sayyesandfigureitout.com/free. sayyesandfigureitout.com/free. And you can actually get two, like I think, oh my gosh, there's the balloons again. Let's go there together and see what you can get. I set this up about 2 weeks ago. You can get your 4-step imperfect action plan, but you got, I'm going to need your name and I'm going to need your email. I love it. It's so cool. Good job. So it's one pager, because it's simple, right? About what the imperfect action plan is. And there's a new definition on there for LFG. I have Jackie LaCroix to thank for that. And it is my new screensaver. And so I gave you a hyperlink to download this for your phone. And like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, this is like my legit screensaver now. And then my kids are on my homepage, right? But like, we need constant reminders to just do the dang thing, which is why we tell a story of W. Clement Stone and how he went around in the 1930s when he was BFFs with Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich, how he was just like, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. And there have been so many moments when in my entrepreneurial journey or in my post-child life or where I have just like not wanted to do anything. But I'm like, the Kristen pre-kids just wasted a bunch of time because I didn't know what I didn't know. Yes, I climbed the corporate ladder. Yes, I moved from company to company with more money and whatever, like more responsibilities. But I truly wasn't. I was chasing tons of shiny objects and I wasn't fulfilled. And now that I'm truly living in the state of fulfillment because I get to serve other people and I get to teach them this amazing system on how to create 6-figure days or 6-figure months or 7-figure businesses using this 4-step system, how I get to teach them also my LFG system, how I also get to teach them my framework for, as Brian Boucher says, get calls, do calls. Like I get to teach them how to create an innovation framework for their own things. I get to teach people so many things that have moved the needle immensely in my business and others that I've helped, that it's so fulfilling. And I also get to do it from a place of service, which is just like next level. Like I just love what I'm doing. So I lost my train of thought again. Do you know people show up to these things like Mr. Beast? Where was I hearing this? Anita? No. Who told me this? Where it's like, you know, he's not obviously a solopreneur like me, right? He's like a massive team. And so if they're going to go live, if like some big YouTuber or some big podcaster goes live, Russell Brunson back in his day, he went live from his car and he said he had to go live, like, I'm making the number up, but like maybe every week for a year or maybe 75 times. It was some astronomically large number where most people would quit well before. And he didn't find his groove in what he was doing until he did it every single day. Consistency compounds. Oh, and do it now. Like, you just have to be like, do it now so that you can get out of your own way and overcome your imposter syndrome and just like, hang on. Like, don't do it sloppy. That's not what imperfect means, you know? But yeah, if you're, it can mean a lot of different things. So lean into it. Grab your screensaver. Let me know in the chat if you're going to grab your screensaver, if you already did. I can't wait for the book launch. It really means a lot to me when you help cheer me on and hold me accountable and give me like, wave at me if you want me to interview you and all the things, because this weekend I am putting together my plan to like really make sure that this book can come out. Like we were saying in our coaching call today, it's basic. All of our books basically have to come out pre-election or next year. Like that's just the reality. So for me, I'm going to put it out there. Like I would love to see my book live in August or September, to be honest. And I haven't started writing it. So I've got a lot of work to do, but what I do is I just do it janky. I like follow a framework that I learned from the Purpose Company and I love it. It's a ninja framework and I teach others at Purpose who went to their event how to implement the various steps along the way, and it's very fulfilling to do that also. And I am able to then apply that same framework and write this second book. Say yes. There it is, right? Nope. Say yes and figure it out. And I'm so grateful I picked like the right designer from this platform, because I was like, you know what? I've got this book cover over my shoulder and you can't read the black, right? You can't read it. And so she just sent it to me today in white. and I'm going to print it and see what it looks like. But listen, you have permission to show up when you're not perfect, or you haven't perfected the thing. You should show up. That is when you should show up, because more people are going to resonate with you. Somebody, and you know, if you're watching, you know who you are, and I love you dearly, was messaging me about, I'm not really sure, I asked her to re-message me, but like, if you're going to voice memo me, send me a Facebook message, because I can listen to it on 2x, and otherwise I get distracted halfway through messages. It's like really bad. But it was something about like, what's a post I should do to announce my book, or to keep talking about my book, and like, how do I market my book alongside writing it? And I'm like, listen, ever since April of this year, I drew a big line in the sand, and I was like, your opinions don't pay my bills. So I love them. I love the interaction. I love the commentary. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I have to do to move my business forward. I'm like, is that okay? And so that means I'm going to iterate. I'm going to learn new systems. I'm going to lean into more mentors. I'm going to spend more money to make more money. Like, are we okay to like spend money to make money? Those are my people. My people are resourceful. They're willing to spend money. They know they're going to make money. They want to follow a system. You're my people. And yeah, just all of it means so much. But like I told her, I don't know what you should post. You should just post what's on your heart, because the chances are, if it comes from your heart, it will be that one post that blows up. And if it doesn't, it means no one's going to see it anyway. And you just need to do it again tomorrow, and again the next day, and again the next day. So like, so many people have said, oh, Kristen, like, what are you doing? You're all over everywhere now. And I'm like, yeah, I am, because nobody else's opinions pay my bills, you know? And I'm fighting attention. Who knows where I'm going with this? I'm fighting the attention from United Airlines, because I boarded a plane to Indiana a couple weeks ago, and I got bombarded by 15 messages from them in 2 hours on on text, on their app, and on email. 15 times that I counted in 2 hours. Is like, don't miss your flight. Like, your flight is here, like, blah, 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 blah. And I flew Southwest more recently, and like, they didn't do that. But even if it takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch. And so the reality is, you're fighting for attention from everyone else who's flying United that day, right? Because their inbox and their notifications. So I do a bit when I do keynotes or presentations or talks on how distracted we are now as a, world, as a community, as a demographic, as a human. Humans are just distracted. And so this person who's flying United, if you're trying to target me, a couple Mondays ago when I was flying to Indiana, first I'm being bombarded by United Airlines 15 times in 2 hours. Then I'm being bombarded by my friends posting on Facebook or on LinkedIn or tagging me in this or commenting on that. So I can't even pause to see your organic post or your email, right? It took me forever. Like, I used to be the girl who sent one email a week, maybe. I'm so proud of myself now. And that was like too much for me. I was like, ugh. Now I'm proud of myself that I'm at one email a day. But you just wait until I start doing 2-3 emails a day. And yes, I'll have different messages to different people, right? But at the end of the day, like, you are fighting for attention. We used to say, I'll wrap this up, you guys, but like, we used to say when I was a corporate sales leader, like 10 to 12 touches per person is what it takes to even get someone's attention. And that's not like a stat we made up. Think about that, 10 to 12 touches. And that is across DMs, across LinkedIn, like whatever, across email. Like, we used to, Savannah, I hope you see this. But like, me and my former business development rep, Savannah, we came up with this like kitchen sink campaign where we threw it all into the kitchen sink, and like, we used that campaign to just be super cheeky about outreach, because people are bombarded, and like, is it okay even in corporate if we make somebody laugh once in a while? And that is just like not the corporate world I came from. But like, we would gather up we were in the translation industry, and so we would gather up memes in the translation space that like were funny, like mistranslations, and then we would like come up with a catchy little email about them and we would send them as a touch point. Because really, the reason I now teach this strategy of how to cold sell anything in the DMs is because people want to buy from you. They really do. Like if your product or your service or what you're offering is good, they want to buy from you. It's just that they're being bombarded by everything else. And then not only that, they've got appointments, they've got meetings, they've got a life. And so it's just really hard to like stand in the middle of the street and wave somebody down. So that is it for today. I'm going to stop the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the comments. I can't wait to go see them. I'm assuming I'm not freezing. And so now I just need to figure out, what do I need to figure out? How to invite guests, how to do this again, how to make my face bigger, or like, not like this. All right. Happy Tuesday.